Have you ever been stoned out of your mind? Well, if you have, it's nothing like this book called Stoner. Has nothing to do with recreational drug use. It's actually the story of a man named Stoner. This man is born just before the 1900s, and he is born to a farmer and the farmer's wife. Very simple people. He eventually becomes an English professor at the University of Missouri, and his life just at almost every turn turns out pretty poorly from an external view. I really enjoyed this book, but not because it made me happy, not because it made me want to shout from the rooftops how beautiful life is. This book is just a very beautifully written book. It is a poignant, I think is how you say that word, and sad book. Just the way William Stoner's life turns out is not to the expectations of himself or really you as the reader. But it is at the same time a very common way for a life to go. This book was written in the 60s, I believe. So I wonder if this book maybe outlines the life of a man who is an example of what could have created the movement, that occurred in the 60s of fighting against the man and all that kind of stuff, like the way American society had been buttoned up to the point to where it finally blew open. Stoner's not a bad guy. He is just a product of his environment and being a kind of socially awkward, not well educated at the beginning of his life man. He finds himself in a marriage that is unfulfilling. He has a child at a certain point, and he has his career as a professor, and none of those things bring him the joy that you might expect for them to bring. I say all that to say I really enjoyed the book. I gave it 4 stars. Again, it did not make me happy, but I do love just a study of a very real life, a non exemplary life, a life that is common and has been common throughout all eternity. There is no guarantee that your life will be exciting. There is no guarantee that the stuff that you are made of will definitely turn out to be a joyous, happy lifetime. More often than not, life is disappointing. And if nothing else, this book taught me to examine what's going on in my life and try not to get stuck in the way that I feel like Stoner got stuck. Anyway, very, very good book. Highly recommend you read. 4 stars. Not my favorite book of all time. I think my first recommendation for this book came from Books Are Sick, which I assume probably all of us on Book Talk follow. He seems like a really cool guy. I think this is his favorite book. I don't get that at all. Not really sure why this would be anyone's favorite book, but it is a very good book. Thanks for watching.